The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We already got our winner for the Burt Kreischer tickets at the United Center, but don't worry. Tomorrow we'll have more right around this time, as we have all week for our boy Burt Kreischer, the machine. So, an hour ago in sports, we were talking about the viral video going around of the fight at Soldier Field in the Vikings game that you can see at Q101.com. I mean, it sucks that that's what happens at Soldier Field, and there was bears on bears crime. Not that I should be fighting the other people. You shouldn't fight at all at a sporting event. And something else that's been going on in Chicago for a while, and you've seen these videos too that go viral, is the drag racers and drifters in the city in the middle of the night just taking over an intersection and blocking. It's incredible. Like, you can't do anything about it. You're trying to get home from whatever you were, or you're trying to get somewhere, and they just take over an intersection. And I can't still believe when you watch these videos how close everybody circles the cars drifting.
I know.
And some people have been hit already. Watching it just get smoked and hit. And the latest one happened on Lower Wacker Drive last weekend. And that one really caused a stir. There was a video of a Tesla that was somebody was
caused a stir. What are you reading? The Nightmare Before Christmas or that book?
That caused
such a clatter.
Chains came from above. So there was a video of a Tesla trying to get away from the people, and it just floored it and went between all the cars.
Oh yeah, I think it hit somebody.
It hit somebody, and it just gets chaos when people are doing that and stopping at the intersection, and everybody's filming and videos, and they go up there trying to blame one side or the other. Well, Alderman Ray Lopez in Chicago said it's time to try something different because nothing works. The police are kind of outnumbered in that situation, and what are you going to do? I don't know what you do unless you bring in the National Guard and guard the roads from drifters and drag racers.
The National Guard.
What can you do? So he said, Ray Lopez talked about holding the parents legally responsible, the guardians and the parents, for anything your kid kind of does on the weekends like that. Now, I know sometimes that happens. For example, I remember somebody on my block that had a party for a senior party high school. So no one was legally able to drink. And the parents said, everybody come over, and they took everybody's car keys when they walked in, and they let kids drink at the house. And as far as I know, I didn't know them that well, but they were on our street. As far as I know, no one got too wasted, but no one left. They all slept overnight and then left in the morning. But one kid bragged to his parents about it, and I assume the parents thought everybody knew, and the other parents got really mad, called the police, and then they arrested those parents for having the party at their house, serving alcohol to underage kids, and they went to jail.
I mean, you just served a bunch of underage kids alcohol.
I understand, but I'm saying that laws might kind of exist already in a way of you're responsible for,
to be honest,
kids' behavior.
As someone who is a parent, and I understand that kids do stuff all the time that you don't approve of, I can really relate to that. One, if you're a good kid and you do something that's going to disappoint your parents or cost them money, it's going to make you feel guilty. So that could be a learning lesson. Two, if you're a parent who's not invested, because there are a lot of parents who are not invested in their kids, unfortunately, I bet you will be invested in the fact that your ass just lost some money. So I actually kind of think it's a good thing because what are you going to do? You're going to start caring if you don't. Now, listen, you can have some badass kids who don't listen to you. I'm not saying that, but then they should care if it's like, hey, you're not getting a single Christmas present this year because you had a fine and I physically can't afford it. Like, there's repercussions that could then come with that. Or you take it out of your kid's paycheck. You're like, you're going to have to get a job if you want to stay here, and you're going to pay this fine. Like, I think that there's good things within that you could try to do.
Yeah, they're talking about the fines ranging from $1,000 to $5,000, depending on the offense. I don't know if it's all related to drifting and drag racing and doing whatever, just doing bad things out in the city, because nothing's working. They're trying all these things, and nothing's working. I'm really torn on this one. Usually I want to take one side on it and say, yeah, they're right or they're right. But I also, my parents, I had strict-ass parents. My dad led with an iron fist, and still, he didn't know what I was doing a lot of the time when I went out of the house.
Right, but how guilty would you have then felt?
Oh, I would never have been able to leave the house again if he had one fine. I'd have been locked in, for sure. There's no question.
Seriously, absolutely. And that's how it should be. You should not be out there as like a kid, doing those things. Like, you shouldn't be. And I understand this isn't new. Kids have been doing stuff they're not supposed to do forever. There just was less video evidence prior.
Right.
So
clearly.
1,000%. But There's going to be repercussions for some of that kind of stuff. That's how it works.
I always believe the Punisher should get the punishment. And I don't. And
what?
I'm sorry. What did I say?
The Punisher should get the punishment. The one.
The criminal.
Like do the crime.
Yeah, you do the crime, do the time. That's what I was looking for.
Right, but it's hard to enforce if kids don't care.
I also believe in second chances, like once. I believe if you screw up, you do this. Because I've had second chances in life, and thank God I did because I screwed up a lot. So maybe I had more than one chance. But with different people, I had second chances.
There is a second chance with a fine. It's not a record. It's not a, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you can pay a fine, and there is totally, like, learned your lesson, go. That is a great lesson to learn. I had to get a job. I had to pay off my fine. Yeah. That totally sucked. I spent the next 7 Saturdays, working full time to be able to pay for that. Like, that is a second chance. Yeah. But a second chance isn't like, whoop, I got caught and didn't have to do anything. Usually for you to realize, oh, God, I need a second chance and I hope this never happens again, something has to happen that makes you regret it. Not everyone feels guilt towards these things.
Yeah. Did you ever do anything bad with your parents? Like something wrong with your parents?
So my dad, this is actually my brother and him.
Oh, this is going to be good.
No, it's not that bad. Way back when.
Take this conversation a little more fun now.
The All-Star game, like a hot while ago, was at the White Sox Stadium.
I was there at that game, yeah.
Yeah, well, you probably saw my dad then. And
did he streak?
We didn't have a lot. We didn't have a lot of money, and it was like a graduation gift to my brother. He wanted to go see like an All-Star game. Yeah. He had not really been to a bunch of Major League Baseball, any of that. Okay. So, because at the time we lived in North Carolina. Right. So there's not even a Major League team there, right? And this is my brother's favorite sport. So we came up to Chicago. That was his, like, quote unquote senior trip, and he was going to go to the All-Star game. We couldn't even all go. Like we were just the rest of us were just walking around. We couldn't afford to get in. Yeah. So my dad goes, and they have like nosebleed seats. They're super far away. But there was like this big, like kid pitch. I think they brought in like a kid's softball, like or whatever, like small team, tiny team, whatever you want to call them, and I think all these kids were like on the field and they were coming in and out. And my dad's like, because like security wasn't really checking them or anything. So he decided to go down there and he told my brother, he goes, listen, we can't go get food. We can't go get drinks and you can't go to the bathroom. Like, we have to stay here once we enter because this is our one chance. So they go down like right on the field. And he's like, hey, sorry, my kid's like part of this. And they're like, oh, okay. And they let him go. Yeah. And they got awesome seats. And he was like, but we couldn't move. Because you never get back in. He's like, we're not going to be able to get back in. So you just have to deal with it. So he's like, it was a lie for a child's memory. I was doing my best. I love it. So, yeah. I love it. That's where I want to take this conversation. Did you ever do anything a little naughty with your parents? And you guys check in. That sounds weird. Well, okay. You that sound bad, Case? That sound a little rough there?
Didn't sound good.
Well, yeah. I don't want to. Okay. Did you ever do anything wrong with your parents? I don't want to say illegal necessarily. Were they ever accomplices in your horrible behavior? That's a good way to say it. There you go. Yeah, accomplices in your horrible behavior. There you go. Yeah. 312-591-8300. My mom, me and my brother were building a go-kart. Yes. And we needed an engine for it. Okay. And my mom stole an engine? That's exactly what happened. Oh. Well, here's the thing. So she brought it Fast and Furious, like taking cars for parts. There was a junkyard down about 2 miles from our house. Okay. My mom piled my brother and me in the station wagon. We drove out there, and she goes, go ahead and just grab one of those engines that are out there in the lot, a lawnmower engine that was sitting out there. And I helped my brother hop the fence and go over there and get the engine while my mom kept the car running. And my brother... I got you the getaway car on? She was a great wheelman, or wheelwoman, I guess you call it that. Skirt, mama. And got the lawnmower. And she convinced us. She said, well, they're throwing those away anyway. Those are free. And later on now as an adult, I realized somebody was selling those lawnmower engines. Somebody was selling. It was a junkyard. I mean, the guy had to make a little money on a lawnmower engine. It was probably like, do you think your mom knew that, or did she think that it was actually just junk and like he probably wasn't selling them? My mom is not super naive, but I want to believe that she didn't know. But I think she knew, and we didn't have money to buy a lawnmower engine. I guess to put the go-kart. She's trying to help out, so we could be on that go-kart all day and not bother her anymore. Like ignorance if something happened. That's right. I didn't know they were all there in the yard. It looked like it was junk. It was in a junkyard. God. And she was the getaway person there. So, yeah. That's not bad. Listen,
the things you do for your children.
I think the statute of limitations are out on that one. It was a long time ago. But what did you do? How'd you word that, Kenzie?
Have your parents ever assisted in your bad behavior or whatever?
You said it a little more eloquently the first time.
I know, I don't remember. You only get one out of me.
You can go home now.
Thank you.
Amanda's checking in from Logan Square. Amanda, ahoy.
Ahoy.
Yeah.
So when I was about 9, 10 years old, me and my parents did a trip to Washington, D.C. for Easter, and we were we were trying to get in line to do the Easter egg hunt, and my mom was like, oh, let's just go look at this vendor over here, buy some sweatshirts. And then the line started moving, and she's like, hurry up, get in line. And we kind of cut the line, ended up shaking Bill and Hillary's hand, and ended up, on the front page of the newspaper.
What? Oh, my God.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, and I knew it was wrong. But I'm like, oh, Mom knows best. Okay, here we go.
The people directly behind you had to be so pissed. Yeah. It would have been them.
Oh. Well, the people weren't paying attention because they were kind of shopping at the vendors, too, so they didn't even notice.
Oh, yeah. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out really nice.
You got a picture of that anywhere still, from the newspaper or whatever?
Yeah, somewhere in the archives, probably in my parents' attic. It's just living for eternity up there.
Item?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. See? That's okay. It's fun. That's harmless.
Exactly. Mother knows best, right? That's what I thought. I was like,
you were just listening.
Illegal? I don't know.
You're just listening.
Yeah, just following orders.
I don't know if cutting in line is illegal, though.
Yeah, that's, well, you're at the White House, so anything around there is serious.
I think there was signs that specifically said, no cutting in line. And I was like, and I could read, so I was like, I'm pretty sure this is wrong. But my mom's like, no, it's okay. Let's go. Let's go.
I love it. No, it's fine. Yeah, that's a good mom right there.
Yeah, so Mother of the Year.
Yeah, there you go, Amanda. Thank you for checking in. Appreciate it. What was something you did with your parents enforced or helped you out, your little bad behavior there? 312-591-8300. Something you did with your parents.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie, we were just talking about the subject going around Chicago about fining parents for the kids' bad behavior. It started with a lot of the people drag racing and drifting overnight, and they can't figure out how to stop it. That's one from Alderman Ray Lopez's solution is, hey, well, if the parents don't want to know what their kids are doing in the middle of the night, then fine them. And listen, a lot of people may want to take that side, and maybe one more way to stop that kind of thing. But it led to a more fun conversation. Have you ever done anything naughty with your parents? Anything
Don't
bad?
Say
okay,
that.
I never did anything bad with your parents.
They
together.
assisted you in your bad behavior.
As a team, you did something together. And Kenzie, what was on the text line there from Tony?
Oh, my God. Well, now because I just texted him and asked if he'd call in, but he didn't get back to us.
Tony, please call in, Tony.
He said, I went on one of my dad's dates with his girlfriend while he was still married to my mom. Does that count?
It counts.
It does.
It's fair.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I would love some more details.
Yeah, we need more on that one.
That's ballsy.
Yeah.
To cheat and bring the child.
Yeah. I want to know how old you were. I want to know if you were the driver, the wheelman. I don't know. 312-591-8300. In the meantime, Morgan's checking in from Burbank. Morgan, what's up? Ahoy.
Hi. So about 20 years ago, I had this party at my house. Ended up, having this girl leave that I didn't really care for. Fast forward about 2 weeks later, there's a knock at my door at 6 in the morning, and it's one girl, and then I told her to leave. Shut the door, doorbell rings, it's two girls. So my dad ended up coming up with me the second time. He was 65 years old. Grabbed the one girl by the hair and laid back in the snow with her while I continued to beat on the other girl's face. So he held her down. So
what?
On me.
My God, you guys curb stomped someone together?
What?
I kind of straddled her and just punched her face while he held the girl's hair and just laid back with her. But then my mom's screaming out the window, Dennis! And he's like, I'm right here, hon. And
right here? Jesus. Take out the trash in a minute.
Okay. Listen, that's really bad. That's really bad.
That's not good.
Violence is never a way to solve a problem, but it sounds like they were trying to ambush you, I guess. Is that kind of situation? Two girls came to the door to fight?
Yes, we ended up going to the police, and the girls apologized to my father, which is what I really wanted. And needless to say, nobody messaged me after that, so that was pretty good.
Oh, my God.
It's kind of a happy ending, I guess.
It's... That's a tough one. Can I read another text, by the way? Liz.
And Morgan, thank you so much for checking in.
It's phenomenal.
Violence is never the answer.
Liz texted in and said, when I was a kid many years ago, my dad took me to the Lincoln Park Zoo. We were circling the parking lot and couldn't find a spot.
Okay.
He found a spot in the handicap area.
Oh, boy.
And the car next to them had a ticket on the window, so he took the ticket off that car and put it on his window and said, don't ever do that. Now let's go.
Let's go see some giraffes.
Yeah.
Let's get in here.
That's
genius.
Like evil genius. Horrible.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Evil genius.
Don't do this, but let's do it. Let's go. Let's go check in there. That is incredible. 312-591-8300, doing bad things with your parents. David's checking in from Elgin, Kenzie's hometown there. David, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's happening, buddy?
Not much. About 20 years ago, actually. This was when pot obviously was not so openly used.
Well, it was used, but wasn't legal.
Yeah, it wasn't legal. There you go. My parents had taken me to my first concert. And my dad and my mom both knew that I was with my brother Kevin. They decided, hey, you know what? My brother Kevin, he wasn't 18 yet, but you know what? He was still in high school. So my parents decided, hey, you know what? Leave David with him. Let him go have some fun. Well, I ended up bumping into literally an old couple that was in their 70s. And my parents let us go, and they went down pretty much to the floor of the actual venue. So we were up in the grass area, and we literally sat there the entire time. No joke, getting crap-faced wasted, pretty much drinking and pretty much smoking through the entire concert. When we were done, not only did our parents not say anything, when we were driving home on the highway, knowing that, hey, kids got to use the bathroom, they told us to open up the side door and go ahead and urinate right out the side door.
Oh, that's crazy. There you go.
Well, you guys must have been rocking in like a minivan. That had to be a slide door. You can't just open it,
It was an Astro van, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Just pimped out in a minivan.
What was the band? What was the show you saw?
It was 311.
Getting high at a 311 show. Very on point. Very on brand.
That adds up.
And this was a long time ago, like I said. So I was, 21 years ago.
Yeah, well, there you go, David. That's good. It's not so good, but it's a good story.
It's those family memories.
Yeah.
Some people go to Disney, and some people go to 311.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And before we move on completely from the subject of doing bad things with your parents, Tony had checked in, and Kenzie kind of gave you a teaser on it where he said, I went on one of my dad's dates with his girlfriend while he was still married to my mom. Does that count? Yes, Tony, it did. We tried to get Tony on the phone, but he replied, sorry, guys, I'm in and out of the truck. Then what did he say after that, Kenzie? Do you see the text from him, or do you want me to read it?
Yep, no, I have it. He said, sorry, guys, in and out of the truck. He goes, I was 5 to 6 years old at the time. So it's about 30 years ago. And he goes, and I'm pretty sure I was the cute wingman.
Oh, boy.
He goes, thankfully, though, my folks fought for their marriage and just celebrated 42 years of marriage together over the summer.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Plot twist.
That is some forgiveness, okay? She must have cheated back. That's why I mean,
She got a pass.
listen, if a woman's willing to forgive you, just be warned she's probably going to make sure it burns at least once.
Just a little bit. Think about that. I mean, he went on a date with another woman with the son in the car, and they somehow worked that out. I mean, Tony, someday when you're not in the truck,
Wow.
please tell that whole story to us. Call
That's
us up.
crazy.
Because I don't know how. Do you see yourself getting through that ever? How could you get through
I
that?
would be horrible about that. I probably wouldn't be able to. But there's different contributing factors. So sometimes people are like, you know what? I have been detached from the marriage. Like things like that happen.
Both were responsible for parts of it.
Right. Again, I would think I would be bad in the sense of like, okay, well, guess what? I'm going to give you a mental image also, and then we'll see if we can forgive each other and work it out from there.
But I think if you do that, that's the end of the marriage. I mean, just because
so only he can cheat?
No, that no one should cheat. So you have
Yeah,
that
no
trait.
one should cheat.
You said-
Totally.
That's a big message
That
of the show
helps.
today.
I can't lie.
No one should cheat.
It's ideal.
I just don't know if a payback and then now we're even. Okay, now let's just get on with our lives. Now, I do know somebody this happened to and it did exactly what you're saying, and they're still together today too. So just like Tony's mom and dad.
I think some people want to know, and I'm not necessarily this, because again, I think I just wouldn't make it through the situation. However, I think that some people want to know that they like, oh, okay, you want me to jump through these hoops, forgive you, handle this. Would you handle that burden for me also? Do you love me that much? I think that some people want to know that.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
But-
been together a while, you work it out, and that, or you know, somehow you can come to terms with going forward despite a cheat. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
does happen. There's
I mean,
successful marriages.
I mean, there's a texter that might relate. Someone similar, 847, doing bad things.
Bon Jovi.
What did he do?
He's married to his high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
But at one point in time, early, like right when he blew up, he was with his high school sweetheart. They weren't married yet.
Yeah.
He cheated.
He did?
Because he blew up, but like he wasn't famous when they were dating. He blew up, couldn't handle it. He cheated. She left him. He went back begging, literally on his hands and knees, asking her mother for forgiveness.
Why did he cheat?
Because we all know.
'Cause-
We all know, like, your parents would be like, you're not going to be around my kid after you pull that. Begged the mother, obviously begged his soon-to-be future wife after that, proposed to her, and, like, to this day is like, nope, 100% faithful, never made that mistake again, because he hooked up with a bunch of girls who wanted to be with him because he was Bon Jovi, and he had, like, did not match them on any level. Like, his best friend was his high school sweetheart.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yep.
So
Anything
they
else I can do for you today?
No, that's about it. That's good. I learned the Bon Jovi history there.
Yeah.
Shocker that Bon Jovi slept with other women when they blew up, though. You know, those shows. I saw Bon Jovi back in the day, and girls were taking their clothes off, like in the crowd.
They used to.
In the crowd.
Actually, it was really funny. He was talking one day about how like thongs and bras used to get thrown on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And now the underwear, because like it's the same fans. The underwear has really changed. Not the amount of it, but
Yeah.
the look of the underwear. It's like we used to get these like little things, and now we get like full blown coverage.
bloomers.
Yeah, coverage, if you will.
Little depends. Ew.
Lots
That's
to worry about nowadays.
pretty good cheat deterrent there.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with that came toward me. Well, there you go. You learned about Bon Jovi today, and also take your stories of, hanging out with your parents doing bad things at Q101's Facebook page. It's Brian and Kenzie and Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and it's time to make a little total check here for God Bless the Gravy. It's our food drive with the Greater Chicago Food Depository to help people eat. And there's so many people out there that need help than ever before. When you talk to the people, to find people there at the Greater Chicago Food Depository, they're getting so much more demand because obviously things are more expensive than they've ever been in anybody alive is time right now. I mean, everything is ridiculous. And there's a lot of people that need more help. Some services have been taken away. So all you got to do is donate. And remember, $1 equals 3 meals. It's hard for us to ask for money from you, but this is why we do these things all year long, trying to get you free concerts and the pop-ups, like the Halloween pop-up is a free show. We just ask a little bit. If you can even do $5, that's 15 meals. And we've talked about businesses checking in too. If you guys give some donations, we'll give you free plugs. That's how it works. Because you're helping out people. And sometimes businesses have more money, laying around because you've done well, let's say. But I want to give a shout out to Adam Pietka, who gave just a few hours ago $52. That's great. That is, 156 meals?
Yeah.
156 meals.
Sounds all right.
That's how they can calculate with the dollars. But here's what he wrote when he posted the money to our God Bless the Gravy site. As a small business owner, and I mean small, I'm a one-man wrecking crew. I like to be involved with the community, and I give back when I can. So I'll be donating for this cause every few days. That's what Adam says he's going to do.
Wow, that's awesome.
And he's looking for a little help because he's a small business owner. And so here's what it is. It's Adam's Closet Design Culture, a.k.a. ACDC Closets. So he designs...
Hey, rock on, baby.
Look at that. He designs and installs custom closets. So he just does all by himself. That's what he
Does
does.
he come dressed up?
I don't think so. If you want him to, maybe.
Like ACDC comes in like leather pants.
Just like the schoolboy. Gonna get your closets done.
Oh, God.
So the AC/DC Closets, his website's up, but it's getting an overhaul, he said, so don't judge him by that. But he's got a phone number. I don't know if I should give out his phone number. Should I? Or how about this? He has an email. Adam@acdcclosets.com. You can email him if you want to do that. But he gave some money, going to give some more. And, you know, you guys that help out, we help you. It's all community here. We're family, right? And, again, if you can donate a lot, that's great. If you can do $5, I've said if everybody listening does $5, we can get our 30,000 meals and
We'd be done,
with it.
though.
We'd be done. We'd be done. Right now, we're at we just started it, so it's we have almost 3,400 meals raised for the Greater Chicago Food Depository. So good job.
And that just started what? What day did we start?
Monday.
What day is it?
It's Wednesday. We did it Monday.
Oh, we did Wednesday.
Late in the show Monday. So
is that Friday?
No, it's not Friday yet.
No.
I know you think Wednesday's Friday. I know. You love that.
Boy.
Stick around a little longer. It'll be good. But go to Q101.com. And then there's a blog post about God Bless the Gravy. Click on that, and there's another click. I know it's a little bit of a jumping, but go to the other click that goes to the Greater Chicago Food Depository where we have our food drive being housed. So go there and donate whatever you can, please.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, every morning, Gil Curtis, Brian and Kenzie's newsman, comes in with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Flag football will be an Olympic sport in the 2028 Games. The U.S. has already hired its coach, your 6th grade gym teacher. In the meantime, if you want to watch football where players don't tackle, just check out a Denver Broncos game. There's a rumor Taylor Swift is house hunting in Kansas City, but I doubt it's true because she's Taylor Swift and it's Kansas City. Rumors are that Taylor Swift will star in the next Deadpool movie. She'll reportedly play a superhero who defeats villains by bludgeoning them to death with toxic overexposure. And today is National Alaska Day. And if TV has taught us anything, Alaskans are celebrating by trucking down icy roads and pursuing deadliest catches. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.